And then there were two. Welcome to the Week 16 wrap-up, the second round of our playoffs here at the 13th season of Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Four teams fighting to see who would make it to the big dance, the championship game at the end. It was not, one game wasn't all that interesting, but the other game was exciting. There were not foregone conclusions by any means. Well, let's talk about the game that wasn't quite so interesting, at least not to anyone who wasn't playing. Keith and Donnie. Light Rail Coyote and Houdat. Wasn't much of a game early on. It looked like maybe it went a little back and forth on Sunday, but really if you were watching the projections, if you were watching who was left to play, it really looked like Keith had the upper hand for most of it, at least late on Sunday. It looked like it was pretty much set, handwriting on the wall. Interesting that Keith made it. I feel like somebody said something about Keith's team and something not too long ago.
The number 2 team I would fear the most going into the playoffs actually would be Keith.
Anyway, wish I could remember. Looking at the other game, that was a fun game. That one came down to the Monday night game, and it wasn't as close, really, as maybe it seemed, and certainly not as close as Hoffman probably felt it was. But the stars of both sides of that game, both teams, were the defense. Defense scored the most points on both teams, which is kind of interesting. Both over 30, 34 for Hoffman, just over 37 for, oh no, Aaron Chanka. It was interesting. Was the Miami defense going to be able to score almost 50 points? Boy, 37 was way more than anybody would have thought they could score. But in the end, came up just short. Wasn't quite enough to sneak in and put Aaron on his path to that elite, that third championship. But as it stands, we are going to watch Hoffman and Keith, Hoffman and Smith, in the championship round. Both former champions. Hoffman just 2 years ago, so he's looking for 2 out of 3. And Keith's looking for some sort of, credibility in the league or something. I'm not. He's looking for something. Hopefully it scratches that itch, just getting there. But we'll have to see. Either way it shakes out, somebody's going to join the Glow Wasps. And that's going to be pretty special. It's a special group of guys. Will it be the number 1 scoring team, the number 1 seed, the team who has set the new record for most points in a season? Or will it be the team who came in dead last in points scored on the season? Interesting that's who we're watching in the playoffs. It's just about getting hot at the right time. Unfortunately, some teams have gotten hot and it makes no difference at all. 170 points by Zach last week. Truly an impressive showing that really didn't mean anything, unfortunately. But that's okay. We will watch this championship. We will see who ends up being able to double fist it at the draft and who just is left wondering what else they could have done. Enjoy the championship week.